For this group assignment, we were asked to provide description of the information system used in a company or an organization. For that, our group has chosen a company that is Perbadanan Usahawan Nasional Berhad, or known as PUNB. We have made an online interview with one of the PUNB staff, Mr. Zarif Ashraf, on 3 June 2022 on Friday. Mr. Zarif is one of the staff in the Human Capital Development Department (HCDD) at PUNB company in the Kuala Lumpur branch, and therefore, for this task, we will focus and describe the information system used by employees or users in the Human Capital Development Department only. Okay, now next we will take a look about the organization background. PUNB founded on 17 July 1991 under the Companies Act 1965 and has been listed as a corporation under the Prime Minister's Department since 2019. And the main focus of its establishment is to develop Bumiputera entrepreneurs in strategic and high potential business in line with the National Development Policy to create a dynamic, resilient and progressive Bumiputera Commercial and Industrial Society (MPBB). Next, we can see here is the vision, mission and objective for this PUNB company. Then this is a organization chart of PUNB. We can see in this chart organization is the head of each department in PUNB. And this is the role and function of the department that we will focus on to look at the information system they use, which is Human Capital Development Department. For first, composition function as a local and worldwide. Pay strategies include analysis, modeling, budgeting, and management. And second is benefits, provide a variety of benefit program alternative that can be designed to meet the specific need of the company. And third, payroll. Payroll processing and compliance support are provided through offering correct payroll, tax reporting, and regularity standards.
Next is about data used in the PUNB. So in PUNB, there are 6 data used in the organization. So the first one is information of employee. So the general data is such as employee's name, home address, birth date, age, email address, identification number, bank account number, and phone number. And also other data is about job information such as job title, employee's ID, work location, supervisor's name, department, salary, and also the start date. Next is information of client. The general data of client is included client's name, phone number, age, home address, work address, date of birth, marriage status. Other information is about their business information, which is company's name, contact title, office number, fax number, website, email, home address, main business type, and also business activity. Another data required by PUNB is payment information as well, which is receipt number, payment method, receipt form, payment amount paid, received from and by who, and also account balance. Next is finance. So the data include is employee salary, bank number account, payment methods, and also information about clients, finance, which is number account, financial idea, and loans. And also this data usually handled and managed by finance department for them to do the accounting tasks. Next is legal data. In PUNB, there are legal department there that are responsible in managing the legal data in the company. The purpose is to ensure that the clients understood properly the function and the help that they get from the company when they assist in the business growth for business startup. Next is information of staff training. So the data include in the company is about employee's name, their training periods, and as well as the level of training that they have achieved so far. For example, one employee from human resource department need to achieve 3 level of training. However, they only complete 2 levels so far, so the remaining is 1 level of training. Next is administrative information. So the data included in the company is about company address, net profits, number of employees, promotion and marketing, audit, properties, asset, infrastructure, and internal and external letter. Next, for the list of information system, there are 4 information system in PUNB. So the first one is Human Resource Information System Management, or we call as HRISM. So in PUNB, the system is managed and conducted by ICT department. The objective of the system is to record keeping and maintain track of any changes to employee related information. Efficiency in saving time because they are collected at one place, planning a business strategy, and for compliance reasons such as any behavior of their employees. And then next we have Training Application System, TAS. So in PUNB, the department that is responsible in developing and managing the TAS is HR department. The system was developed to track training application by the employee and how much they have accomplished so far. And then third is e-leave system. So the system was developed purposely to track residual employees leave. The data include in the system is employees information, employees remaining leave days, application form, and office schedule. And next we have payroll system. So the data required usually the same from finance department, which is employees information, bank account number, payment methods, salary, and any addition, bonus or reward. So for the types of information system, there in PUNB there are 2 types of information system, which is transaction processing system, TPS, and also management information system, MIS. So HRIMS, TAS, and also e-leave are included in MIS. Meanwhile, payroll is included in TPS.
Next is information system background. The first one is Human Resource Information System, or known as HRIS, developed in 2017 and established in 2018. All PUNB use HRIS to update all the information about employees. Next is e-leave, developed long ago but being held because of incomplete system, and established in 2018. Leave management system that allows employees to apply for leave online. The third one is training application system, developed in 2017 and established in 2018. TAS objective is going through paperless and through online only. The last one is payroll, also developed in 2017 and established in 2018. A series of accounting transactions that are engaged in the process of compensating employees for their services. Next is function description in information system. HRIS store information about employees. For example, backgrounds like salary, address, as well as benefits. This is where new employees will have their information stored and create their identification. This is also why this information system only give 2 people authorization, because of they are worried of leaking information about employees. Next is e-leave. E-leave is filled out by employee through online when they have emergency, medical leave, annual leave, and other personal reasons. The third one is TAS, Training Application System. Give guidelines for employees to have their training and store all the information from the beginning and ending of training. TAS also use an approval matrix, which is in order to get acceptance for training. HCDD needs 3 approval matrix, but for the other department it needs 5 or 7. Lastly, payroll. Employees nowadays can check their salary through online. During the pandemic COVID-19, slips for payroll are no longer needed because the salary can be transferred online. Next, we have information system components. There are 5 for this information system. The first one is people, end user, employees of Human Capital Development Department (HCDD). Next is vendors. For the hardware, Training Application System Database, Lotus Domino. Next is network hardware and personal computer. For the software, system software, application software, and Microsoft Office. Data, employees information, transaction payroll history, training history, leave history. And the last one is network, PUNB server. Next is information system activities. The first one is input of data resources. HRIS have all records of employees of HCDD and can be recorded through paper or directly into a computer system. As for e-leave, the input is the employees should fill out e-leave forms online only. Training application system input is recorded data of training details for employees, and payroll input is data of transaction for employees. The second one is processing data into information. For HRIS, process data through key-in data about records of employees. As for e-leave, process is the person in charge, such as supervisor or boss, evaluates the form of e-leave. And as for training application system, processing data is an approval matrix for training employees. Lastly, for payroll, processing data involves a transformation process that converts input into output. The third one is output of information products. Output of HRIS is to get full records of employees' information, and as for e-leave, the output is leave approval or refusal. For TAS, the output is training for employees is approved and they need to have training session for 48 hours or 2 days. Lastly, for payroll, output will get salary through online banking. Continue with the fourth one, storage of data resources. HRIS store data of HCDD employees, and for e-leave, all the history of employees leaving have been recorded. For TAS store training details, training organizer details, tracking of training of employees, and lastly payroll, store transaction payroll to employees. The fifth one is control of system performance. All the information system in HCDD regularly have maintenance, and the information system update system version every year. By doing this is to improve the information system to make it more efficient and easier for consumers. Lastly, security and disaster recovery. Employees have their own ID. The email is protected by two-factor authorization. The information system are being handled by team business continuity management under the risk department As for the disaster recovery, PNB has server backup which is located at Shah Alam. In addition, there will be a simulation for disaster every year in order to prepare for the real disaster to happen.
Next, I will explain about hardware and software configuration. For the hardware type that they are used is training application system database, Lotus Dominos. Second, the hardware is network hardware, Dell Core Switch 48 port. And third is they use personal computer, Dell Latitude. For a software configuration, they use Lotus Dominos. For specification, the software that used to create training management system and the software that used for database storage management system. Next, for information system problem performance of information system, according to Encik Zarif, the common problem that their system has faced is that some of the time the system will have a server down because the system is under maintenance. Next, based on the Encik Zarif, recently they got email phishing attack. The goal is to steal sensitive data like credit card and login information or to install malware on the victim machine. Next, I will explain about strength and weakness of information system. For the strength of information system is that it is paperless. It is because now the PUNB financial department is busy taking care of sustainable development goals, so they need to reduce the use of paper. Secondly, the strength is it can save a time. Using an information system also can make it faster for the application to be approved than using a paper. Using paper also has the risk of being misplaced, so to make sure this will not happen, they update the information system. Another advantage of the information system is that is minimized information overload, which can be quite common with conventional business in the modern era. For the weakness of information system, firstly, its data is not accurate. It is because the level approval is not being informed to the new department, so it cannot be updated to the system because the data is cannot be found. Lack of constant monitoring is necessary thing the effect of effectiveness. The limitation to user to access through the system. They cannot only access the system within the network area. Next, I will explain about opportunities and threat of information system. For opportunities of information system are that they want to integrate self-paced learning that which they will develop. They want an integrated training application with learning management system which will provide self-learning, self-based learning. For example, for beginning, they will provide a certain topic for the staff to self-learn. Secondly, the opportunities are more efficient and more user-friendly. Developing the front end and adding more and more feature to the front end of information system is critical for any industry, and healthcare is no exception. Lastly, the opportunities are development of better and more effectiveness security protocols. Security is both a need and threat to any modern society or industry, which largely rely on digital or electronic model of operation. For the threats of the information system is the one who have role as admin in the information system can manipulate the data. So the admin is not trustworthy person. Secondly, the security concern. As already mentioned, malpractice using any other person data is the biggest threat to the educational information system industry. Hence, the threat to digital security due to hacking needs to be tackled. Next, I will explain about generate and evaluate alternative. Firstly, installing a new server rack inside the server room. It is very costly, so for the time being, the staff can use the pre-made from using the Microsoft Access. This is because in Microsoft Access, user can create a database using a built-in database inside the Microsoft Access, so that when they have a problem with database, we can access to the Microsoft Access. Secondly, when a single file or single link has been accessed by many people at one time, the traffic is very busy as that. That's why something user often get 404 page not found. So we can suggest to the HR is to add on RAM or buy dedicated server VPN for the system backbone. When the RAM speed is high, it can fetch the file quickly. And on package for bandwidth is also a good idea for kind of this problem. Next, I will explain about recommendation and action plan. For the problem is email phishing. For the action plan is give a talk about the awareness of email phishing. It is to make sure the staff have raised awareness. For a problem, training staff. For action plan, for the new staff, they will provide 2 hours to talk about how to use the system. And the problem is trustworthy. For the action plan, they will provide the agreement and the staff must sign to make sure they do not violate the agreement that has been set. So the trustworthy company will be secure.